Hello YouTube, welcome back. We've got Bret Hunter's Rally Rex on the dyno. Just try to make a few more horsepower and make it run clean and get them ready for the rally race. That'll be our goal, so see how she does. Rally across. So here at Atlas, we've had to get creative on how to strap because their stuff's all designed for domestic cars. So we learned coming through the wheels and coming back. Man, it works excellent. There's just no bridge we can't cross. So we just keep working it out. Jamie just finished strapping her down. And yeah, we're gonna plug into it, see where we're at, try to find some power. So opening this tune-up, I noticed basically these cells are running through here, and then we got some stragglers that running all the way to the top. This cell right here, this line right here, I already corrected, but it was up there too. Show you a quick way to like run through those and just fix it real quick so it looks all right. So those cells look all kind of funny and not correct, you know. But then you can see our light greens. So all we're gonna do is connect the dots. Right click, interpolate, 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 and then finally right click and interpolate. Oh, not adjust. Couldn't be perfect. Wouldn't be me, I guess. And then you can see I just built the curve. Real quick, really easy. You guys can bust that out at home. And then you can jump over your 3D map and just verify that stuff looks clean, smooth, because clean is fast, smooth is fast. Not saying that this is going to change the tune-up, but this is a good place to start because we're closer to the rest of our curve, and we can just kind of finish it up as we go. No big deal. Got the O2 sensor out. Jamie's going to do a clear calibration real quick. Get the wideband set up.
This one we have to power up the gauge with the sensor unplugged for 30 seconds. Reads E2, that's basically its error code for not having a sensor hooked up. So we leave it for about 30 seconds now. Then we'll shut it off, move on to the next step. Alright, so now we've switched the ignition back off. We hook up our sensor in free air, so not in the exhaust. Then what we're going to do is we're going to give it power, and this is going to go into the calibration setting. So it sweeps, it heats it. Then after heat, it's going to calibrate to just room air. There's calibrating, and that's its high point. So now we can switch it off and unplug the sensor. Now we don't want to turn ignition on while the sensor is unplugged now. So we have to turn the sensor off while it's unplugged or it'll lose calibration. Sensor back in. Got it all plugged back in here, so now we don't have to worry about Brent kicking the ignition on and screwing up the calibration.
Kind of a neat deal was car came in, the guy has old school PFIspeed cam gears. I made these in the early 2000s. We made a bunch of different styles and stuff, called them the gear. But somehow this guy came across them and here they are, so I'm gonna go ahead and dial those in too. Throttle response is awesome. So we went in and you can see what their fuel is here and here. It's a little rich right now, but we came in here and we messed with we put in the voltage numbers and then we messed with the offset until they matched. So it's something you may have to do. So it was real rich under idle, so I kind of manipulated the dead times to get her closer so I could put some fuel back in it the other way. So I leaned it out with dead times, and then I'm in here doing this. Some people use the overall fuel correction. I don't. I use what it wants in the spot it wants, so it always stays the same. There's fire. I don't think it likes it too much. She loves it. She loves it.
That was 129.
129.
Same thing. .134, and you know what? There was no smoke. 130.
Customer had brought us a set of spark plugs that we're gonna try and see if that wakes it up a little bit too. I've never used this plug, so I'm gonna kind of do a back-to-back comparison with stuff I normally use, just so I know for my own knowledge and you'll know for yours. So the E3 spark plugs are what's gonna go in there. I think they're NGKs that's in it. I'm not sure, about to find out, so let's get them out. All right, so we had some NGKs in here, which are ZFR5F, which are probably the plugs I would pick for this. So in that respect, yeah, this would be a good comparison.
Yeah, I went down a lot. 121.
Yeah, that's because it went into the 10s. So we weren't burning at all. One more test, cooled off a little bit. I mean, it was 183 or whatever, but do one more test just to back up and then swap the plugs back. We might try 6s, you know?
Yeah. Still pretty rich, or?
That was 12, 1, 11, 9. So it was a little on the richer side. It says they're on 12, 16. Change the cam gear a little bit. Slightly adjusted. Advanced 2, retarded 2. See where that gets us to start. Small adjustments. I never really go past 5. Unless the cam gear is wanting it when I'm degreeing it. We aren't degreeing in this case, so we're going to make small adjustments. Try to find the good spot. Each time you make a change, you got to check your timing on the distributor, because you actually changed the distributor timing location, so your ignition chiming has changed a little bit as well. And then just make sure all your bolts are tight. Tug away. Valve cover back on. Bring it dialed in. When you make a cam gear change, like I said, you got to change the distributor timing. You also probably got to run through and remap some things, because that's going to change too. So you can't just think, oh, I just made that and it lost power. You gotta kind of optimize it again and then see, and then if not, then you step back and you just go ahead and do it again until you get it right. It's not that big a deal. It just takes a minute. Setting the timing again. Jamie's out there. The light. Get this baby rocking.
132.
Positive change.
Yep.
They're fluid. Wonderful. Still on the E3 plugs. We did change plugs. Couple degree change. Oh, look at that couple degree changed.
Oh yeah.
Changed in the middle here. I mean, guys, I know the numbers aren't huge, but I mean, making 3 more horsepower, or well, 91 over 83, that's a pretty good change right there. 110 over 99, that's a good change right there. And 13 over 101, again, good change. So that had a positive outcome for sure. So the 132 would be the final number, and you can see the cam gear changed everything throughout the power band. Understand something too with our dyno numbers and that kind of thing, all of them. We read a little lower up here because we have no air. When I'm in the, when I download the map, you know, it says -4 on the map sensor, which means we have no atmosphere, no pressure. So, but it equals out in some ways because we also can cut through the air pretty easily, so because we don't have the whole dense airness or whatever. I'll probably cut all this out. It's boring. Alright then, guys. So you can see where the changes have been made. The graph is definitely smoother from when we started. You know, it didn't look like a big horsepower change, but this is a change throughout the entire power band and makes it a lot smoother. So we can get in there and maybe put a set of cams or do some other things and try to find some more. But with the fuel to where it is and the timing where it is, this is where she seems happy. So this is where she's gonna rock. Saved in the junkyard, ready to go and tear up the dirt. Now guys, this is just a quick little dyno sesh. We just wanted to share with you, kind of kick it with us and maybe learn a little bit and kind of see some of the stuff that goes into putting a tune together. And yeah, on to the next one.